Hello and welcome to the Allycast. This is going to be the first Allycast that is also going to go out on YouTube as well. I recorded this the other night, still in the middle of the COVID-19 crisis, and I recorded it with Mark Bridgen. We had a really good chat. So Mark was probably in the armed forces around about the same time as I was. So we had a little bit of a chat about that. We also talked about training, and we talked about the Gontabbing community and various other things as well. So it was a really good, a really sort of fun chat that I had with him. Don't forget, we've also got the challenges going on at the moment. So we do talk about the Himalaya Challenge, which is one of Mark's, Scott's, and Neil Strange's, and yeah, Mark, can't remember, maybe somebody else, can't remember now, challenges that we've got going on Gontabbing. We've also got the Allycast challenges. The 4-4-48 is on hold at the moment because obviously going out 12 times in 48 hours probably is going to get you a nice little fine. But the 10-10-10 challenge is still operational there. So you can go over to the allycast.org page and you can sign up for the 10-10-10 challenge. Once you sign up for that, you can then get out there, get it done. You'll get the t-shirt. As soon as you sign up, the t-shirt will be on its way to you. Loads of choices in that. You can get the tech t-shirt, you can get the vests, and we've got some nice maroon cotton t-shirts that you can get yourself there as well. So some nice new apparel, and you can get out there and beat the isolation with a bit of perspiration. So yeah. So we'll go straight over to my chat with Mark. Hope you enjoy it. Got you, mate.
There we go. All right.
How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, good, mate. You?
Yeah, nice to see you taking all the precautions, mate.
Oh yeah, mate. Yeah.
And you've got the convict haircut as well, like.
I know, mate. Because we was on site last week, and my hair just got to that state where you just can't do nothing with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody because all our meetings have been in our place have been sort of on video chat. And I've just watched everybody's hair just getting worse and worse and worse over the past past week. I'm just waiting to see everybody just like this. So nobody's laughing at this now, are they? Do you know what I mean? Everybody's like that. Look, mate, great to speak to you.
Yeah, the old hairdresser's going to be busy. It's all over, aren't they, mate? Oh.
They are, mate, yeah. Right, so good to speak to you, mate. You've probably been one of the most in-demand guests that people have said get on. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah. They say, have you get a mark? I'm like, yeah, I will at some point. So because we were, say I'm recording already now anyway. So don't worry if you swear, mate. It doesn't matter. It's not PG rated. So,
mate, you know me. I hardly ever swear.
I know, mate. I know.
When it's cold and when it's not cold.
Because we were planning to meet up, weren't we? We were going to meet up and have a bit of a tab. You were going to put me up at your gaff and we were going to record this, but obviously the coronavirus has put pay to all that at the minute. So
you missed out on the cuddle then, haven't you, mate?
I have. Hey, don't worry, mate. It's we'll certainly park that one and we'll do it in 6 months' time when Boris has sorted everything out for us.
Yeah.
Nice one, mate. Look, so I just want to have a chat with you, really, because you're a bit of a high-profile guy on Gontabbing. I meant to wear my cravat as well, but I've not. I've left it downstairs, so I've not got it on, mate.
Oh, mate, I forgot mine as well.
I'm just waiting for these naked videos for the first one who's just wearing a cravat. I've seen somebody wearing one today, but I think if it comes my way, I'm just gonna have to wear the cravat in a discreet place.
Yeah, mate, tie it around your waist or something, mate.
I'll try that, mate. Yeah. Cool. So everybody sees Mark Bridgen on the. Is it Bridgen or Bridgen?
Bridgen.
Okay,
Bridgen.
Mark. So everybody sees Mark Bridgen on Gontabbing. So we know you're a bit of a character. But I'm just interested to find a little bit more about you, mate. So let's just take it right back for now, and go back to sort of your childhood and that. And what's your sort of earliest memory as a kid?
I've got memories from when I was really, really young, really young, mate. Because I lost my brother Warren to a brain tumour when he was really young.
Yeah.
And my last memory of him is he was on the settee. We had to move to a place called Bilfwells.
Yep.
In Wales, we moved there, and my brother was really ill. My dad was away working and that, and my mum was always in the hospital, so I more or less lived with the neighbours, and I forgot who my mum was when I was really young, apparently. You know, our neighbour Nora used to call her mum. And but yeah, I've got memories from when I was like 6 months old till when I was about 4, and then nothing from 4 till about 8. Which is weird because I mean that's sort of around the time when my brother died. I remember holding his hand when he was laying on the settee.
Yeah.
And the priest said, like, he's gone, let go of his hand, you know. And he passed away. But yeah, and then my parents were publicans, you know.
Yeah.
So they used to run a boozer in I think it was called the Queen's Head in Marylebone High Street in London. Yeah. Before we moved to Bilf Wells, yeah. And I was born in St Nicholas Hospital, a Marble Arch, which is now a big fancy hotel. Probably the broom cupboard I was born in or something like that, you know?
So you were born there and you probably wouldn't be allowed back in now, would you?
No, mate, no. I used to ride past there, though, when I was in the Household Cavalry, you know?
So going through school, what were you like? Because I can sort of imagine what you must have been like in school.
I was, let's say, could concentrate more was a big one in my reports, you know. Has the ability to do better, but I was good at sports and all of that at school, you know.
Yeah.
And I was really good at maths because I was like, I don't know what it was with maths. I just found maths really easy. Numbers just came to me; they just flowed, you know. But I always got told off for not showing me working out, you know, because I'd do it banging me in.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, well, if the answer's right, what does it matter? You know what I mean? I wasn't the best pupil, let's say, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As a subject, I've got a really short attention span, you know. I've got attention span like a goldfish has got a memory, you know what I mean? No, that's a nice castle. That's a nice castle. That's a nice castle. Yeah, mate. Just and that's what it was. I just always getting caught smoking and just all the things that you get up to when you're a kid, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cool. So what was your
good life now, though, isn't it? You know?
It is. I know, mate. So what was your sort of transition like from school into the army? Then was that sort of as a boy soldier, or were you?
Well, school? Yeah, I joined. When I left school, and then went back to do my exams, and I started an apprenticeship in roof tiling. Moved down to like Brighton, and I was staying in this bloke's garage. They converted the garage for me, and I lived with him and his family. And literally, I went back to my mum. She lived in a little village called North Ambridge, near Burnham Crouch in Essex. And went back to hers. Went to the South End recruitment office. Took the declaration, signed it, and then they phoned me that night and said, "Right, you've got to join on Monday." Wow. And this was like Thursday. Otherwise, I'd be too old to go. Otherwise, I'd have to wait 18 months to join as an adult soldier. You know what I mean?
Okay, so what year was that then? When did you join up?
89.
89, yeah. So that was like it's about 2 years before I did, yeah. Yeah, so it was. I mean, even I think even when I joined up, though, I was sort of 17, so I sort of went in as an adult into the RAF like as a crab. So it was. I think it took about 12 months for me to get in from there. But that's fairly rapid, that, mate. Yeah, mate. Yeah, that's pretty much. And just went out with my mum and my stepdad Mike, and just went to CNA. You remember? CNA? Man at CNA, yeah.
Got like socks and pants and everything, and and then Monday morning I went back to Southend, picked up the travel warrant, and got on the train and went to Waterloo, and then down to Bovington, which is where I done my training as junior leaders, and I remember getting to Bovington, Wool in Dorset. It was Wool train station. This big green army coach turned up, you know. Yeah. And his corporal got off, and he had bigger ears than me, mate. You know what I mean? It was like a taxi with the doors open. And he went to me. He went, Bridgen, and I went, yep. And he went, yes, corporal, and I went, yes, corporal. Typical RP, like full screw, but he looked like he was about 70. You know what I mean? And we got on the coach. And it was empty. It was just me and him there, and the driver. I sat down, and he sat there. He went, "My name is Corporal Black, spelled B-A-S-T A-R-D. And I thought, hang on a minute.
Here we go.
Yeah, he used to be dyslexic, but now he's KO.
Yeah.
And then I sat there on the coach, and he looked at me, and he went, "Are you a puffer?" And I went, "What?" And he went, "Are you a puffer?" And I went, "No." He went, "Well, stop staring at me then."
I'm pretty sure that doesn't go on these days, you know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But I mean, my dad was ex-Blues and Royals, you know.
Yep.
And my granddad was ex-army. My granddad was all over the place in the Second World War. Got the OBE and everything, you know.
Yeah.
So I was used to, as young as I can remember, it be up, clean the shoes. I don't remember learning to iron stuff. I never got that. When we got to basic training, people didn't know how to wash properly or iron or clean their shoes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought it was just something that everybody knew.
Yeah. I mean, I was pretty the same because when I joined up, I'd been in the Army Cadets for like sort of 7 years. You know what I mean? So all my kit was ironed. I was doing my own washing. If there wasn't an Army Cadet camp, I'd just disappear off for the weekend into the woods somewhere and camp out there. You know what I mean? Back when I was like 13, 14. I just don't think kids do that these days, do they?
Yeah.
So how did you find basic training then?
No, they don't. It's not. I found it all right. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I was. You know what I suffer with, mate? I was always. They used to do a thing called the APFT, the Annual Personal Fitness Test, didn't they? Which you went in the. You done like a BFT, didn't you? In boots and lightweights with a water bottle.
Yeah.
And your classic red PT vest, you know.
Yeah.
And where the V-neck hangs around your belly button, doesn't it? You know.
Looking like something from Geordie Shore.
Yeah. And after 2 washes, they go pink, don't they? You know what I mean? Right. And I'd do the BFT, and I'd come in, and they'd be going 20, 19, 18. Come on, Bridgen. I'd be going, and I'd make it in, and then you go in the gym, don't you? And you do dips, don't you?
Yeah.
Dips, incline sit-ups, chin-ups, and I held the record at Bovington. 28 long-arm chin-ups I used to be able to do, and then you go in the pool and do all of that. But they give you an average grade, and if you didn't get an A, you had to do it like every Saturday until you got an A. I'd get like an E on the run, you know. But because I was so good in the gym, I had really good upper body, and I was a really good swimmer.
Yeah.
Because I used to swim, do butterfly and all of that when only probably because I was the only one in the school who could do butterfly. You know what I mean? And so I'd get an A, and you go down and go, right, check your scores to see whether you're on the APFT again this Saturday. And we get down and everybody go, how have you blagged that, Bridgen, you saucy? You know what I mean? How have you got an A? But yeah, mate, I was always terrible at. I was a good sprinter, but I was terrible at anything over about 300 or 400 meters.
Yeah.
Done. You know? Yeah.
So if you were in around about the same time as me, what sort of tours were you doing back then? Was it back-to-back Northern Islands, or was it ceremonial?
No, nothing. Did you not? No, I wanted to go. They sent me mounted, yeah, and I wanted to go armoured, and they wouldn't let me go armoured because it was it was a weird time back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The household cavalry was, I mean, you speak to people about initiations and things like that, which you won't go into, you know. And I speak to 2 years ago, I went on a walk with a load of the Veterans Lifeline. I do a lot for them, didn't I? You know. And I went on we done like 112 miles in like 3 days across the battlefields of the Somme, and and we were chatting one night to them about initiation. They were going, really? And they were shocked, you know what I mean? And we were like, what, you never got any of that? And they were like, no. We were like, there's something wrong with you household cavalry boys, you know what I mean? But you just find out that most of the blokes that are in the household cavalry are a sort of a different breed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know whether it's because you're based in London and the amount of bullshit that's involved in cleaning and all of that and everything. I mean, it's the longest course in the army. being a mounted duty man. It's a 6-month course.
Wow.
Do 20 weeks learning to ride, you know, and then you do 4 weeks learning to ride in all that kit that weighs like 65 pounds.
Yeah. Wow.
And then at like 18, I'm standing at the front of Whitehall, you know, or sitting at the front of Whitehall on my horse with people taking pictures of you and stuff. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah, it must be surreal, mate. Wow.
Yeah, it is crazy. Yeah. When you think, I bumped into a bloke, and he was, when I was about, I don't know, about 25, and at a party, and he went, "You look really familiar to me." And then about an hour later, he come up to me and he went, "I felt," and showed me this picture. It was a picture of him when he was about 14, 15, with his mum and dad standing next to me when I was in the box. How's that? You know what I mean?
That's crazy, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I met the Queen and met all the royal family and all of that and everything. And then I wanted to go armoured because there's two sides to the household cavalry, isn't there? You know? Yeah. But and obviously I've done my radio training and all of that and everything. But they wanted me to do something else. They wanted me to go and do what's called your AI, your riding instructor course, advanced riding and all of that, you know.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do like 6-8 months at Melton Mowbray.
Yeah, I can understand that.
No, I like a pie as much as the next man, you know what I mean? But you know, there's nothing there, is there? You know what I mean?
No. How long were you in them?
Just under 6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So six years of sort of ceremonial and all that, was that? God.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, I had really good times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My last 2 years were easy, mate. Because once you've been in, you pass training, don't you? And then you join your regiment, and you're like, oh mate, yeah, I've passed it. All the bullshit's over, and then it all starts again, doesn't it?
Especially if you're in the household cavalry, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. You are lower than pond scum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you start again building your way up through to becoming like a respected and a senior trooper, so to speak. You know.
Yeah, it has a way of knocking you down like that. Because I remember coming out of basic training, I was the dog's bollocks. I just passed basic training. Yeah. Arriving at the trade trainers, like, who are you? And then obviously arriving at the first unit, and it all starts again. It's just horrible, isn't it? First couple of years.
Yeah. If you're a good bloke and you get your stuff done, then you don't get as much grief as anybody else. But you know as well as I do, mate, that there are people that you can press their kit for them and clean their shoes and leave them and lock them in a box. Yeah. And then undo that box 10 minutes later, and it looks like they've been slept in a skip the night. You know what I mean?
It does, mate.
Yeah. You know, and it just baffles me that people like that. You know what I mean? Because in the household cavalry, it is all about cleaning kit as well. You know, I was in with some really good guys. I mean, some really well-respected guys and all that. There's a guy called Craig Trencher who I served with, who holds the world record for the longest sniper shot.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
And his name's Craig Harrison now.
Yeah.
They released his name in the press, and 2,718 yards or something it was.
Wow.
Yeah. First shot took out the gunner. Second shot took out the loader. Third shot disabled the machine gun.
Wow. That's something. Isn't
it, mate? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember him. I taught him when I was a senior trooper. You know what I mean? And he mad as a box of frogs, the geezer. But art's in the right place. You know what I mean? There's loads of guys. Like there's a guy, Jules Hogarth. You know what I mean? Who's just an absolute legend in the regiment. You know. There's a guy who was one of my riding NCOs, Taff Flynn, who's the most decorated British soldier in military history.
Wow, really? Yeah.
Yeah, we got the MC and the is it the CGC?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fought in every conflict since the Falklands.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what made you come out in the end after the 6 years?
Well, I discovered discovered something else. I discovered raving, let's say.
Oh, come on, let's talk about that.
Right, and then I discovered raving and them little tablets. And because they wouldn't let me do what I wanted to do, you know. And there's a lot of politics involved in regimental stuff, as you know, you well know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if somebody of a higher rank takes a disliking to you, then they can make up a story about you and get you time in the nick.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
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 And that's what happened a couple of times, because I'm not the quietest person, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, when I first went to the regiment was on summer camp, because they go to summer camp 3 weeks of a year, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
See them on Holcombe Beach and that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even though I'd passed out a basic, I wasn't in my kit ride yet. It was just doing my provost staff standing on the gate.
Yeah.
We went out on the 4-tonners that night to Norwich. All got on the piss, and I was getting hold of this bird, and this guy come over, give me a bit of grief, and I turned around and went, "Listen, mate, do one, or I'll knock you out." You know what I mean? And he went, you don't. I've got loads of mates here with me, and I went, "I don't care how many mates you got with you. I will wipe the floor with you." You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And then the next day, I was standing on the gate, and he was only a full screw, weren't he?
Brilliant.
Oh, right. Talk about in at the shit end, you know what I mean? Yeah,
I know.
Fill in a bucket of dick and come up sucking a dick, you know what I mean?
It's mad, isn't it? Because like obviously working in Civvy Street now, so I when I left the forces for probably most of the time I was an HGV driver, and somehow I found my way up into management now, and I still wonder what I'm doing there, to be honest with you. But you hear about people, you have these people who are so hard done by, don't you, in your sort of workplace, and you think you've got absolutely no idea.
Oh, I know, mate. Yeah. I've had people at my place. I've just changed my job recently to work with a really good firm now, you know, really down to earth firm. I mean, we all worked last week, didn't I? Making these big houses into converting them into separate rooms for the hospital staff.
Yeah.
And so big 10-bedroom house. We had to put a sink and kitchen units in every room, redeck the whole house and everything. And on Friday they bought us all pizzas and everything, you know, which is good as gold. You know what I mean? And you don't. All you want is a little pat on the back. You know what I mean? When you graft your nuts off. But mate, I had people that turned around to me, and I had a bloke that once turned around to me, and he went, he basically called me a dickhead on the phone, and I hung up the phone, and my brain went tick, and I went, hang on a minute, did you just call me a dickhead? Because it didn't register, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you ain't used to it, you know. And I phoned him back. I went, Dave, and he went, hello. I went, all right, Mark. I went, no, I'm not all right. I went, did you just call me a dickhead? And he went, no, I might have insinuated it. And I thought, really, mate? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So I pulled him on it. You know, I hid in a void, and when he came into the void property, the guys went. I got my guys there because I wanted them there as witnesses. You know.
Yeah.
And he came in. He went, "Where's Mark?" And he went, "He's upstairs." And I was upstairs, and he went, he come in the room, and I closed the door, and I went, "I don't know who you think you are, mate. You know what I mean?" Because back in the days when you were in and I was in, there was a guy in our regiment called Widger Smith who was a proper unit, mate, and you used to get a sucking chest wound, it was called, off him, you know, and he pumped it straight in the solar plexus if you cocked up.
Yeah.
You know, because that was the days. You never got charged.
No.
Jobs were NCOs that would try and charge you. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it'd be right round the back of the 4-tonner. Let's have a straightener. You know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm all about that, mate. You know what I mean? You know, and so I pulled him and went, "Give me one reason why I shouldn't knock you out." You know? And he went, "What?" He didn't know what to say. You know what I mean? And I went, "Mate, I will headbutt that wall and tell him you attacked me."
Yeah. Crazy. I mean, I don't
be able to put a lot of this on there, mate.
I went to, when I was I think my first posting was a place called RAF Stafford, and I joined as a supplier, and they called it the supplier's graveyard. And went there, and it was like a massive Amazon warehouse. This place, it was.
Oh right, yeah.
It was awful. And then we worked. My first job was these conveyor belts came down with these bins on, and basically all we were doing was taking nuts and bolts out and sorting them into bins for the different RAF stations. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I joined the RAF for this. So anyway, the guy who was in charge at the time was a guy called Steve Robbo, who was Glaswegian corporal. So you can imagine, ginger, Glaswegian corporal, right? Took no messing. And he said, look, we're really busy. We need a night shift here. So me and my mate were like, okay, we'll do the night shift. So we went in, and the first night we started at 6 o'clock at night, and we realised that by 8 o'clock at night, all the work was done, the conveyor belt stopped, and nothing was happening.
Yeah.
So it was great. So every day then we would start work at 6, we were finishing at 8, and then we were down this place in Stafford called Props, just getting hammered every night, like. And this went on for like 2 weeks until he found out. And that was sort of that. I just remember going into work the next day, and he was waiting for us at 6 o'clock, and I think he had one of us in each hand up against the wall. And, and the night shift stopped then, funnily enough.
But, I got chinned by a few NCOs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was a bit lemon, you know what I mean? And I remember a quarter of horse saying to us, like, there was this big pile of like horse shit and straw there, and he went, move it to there, which was like about 6 foot away. So people started moving it to there, and I turned around and I went, quarter of horse, can I ask you a question? And he went, go on then, Bridgen. And I went, does this sexually excite you? And he went, you what? And I went, does this sexually excite you? Does it give you a semi? And he went, what are you on about? And I went, well, this is a waste of fucking time, mate, isn't it? Ain't told you it, you know what I mean? Moving that from there. He went, right, everybody else fuck off. Bridgen, you stay here and move it to there. And you know what I've done? Is I got the quarter of a pile that they moved over there.
Yeah.
And I put it back with the original pile. And when he came down about an hour later, and he went, did you move it? I went, yeah, I moved it there, and I moved it back again, quarter of horse. And he went, wallet. And just give me a little jab, give me a little jab on the chin, and went, go on, fuck off.
Cool. So bringing it up to date now, obviously we see a lot of your training, and your training online tends to it's a lot of weighted training, and it's a lot of press ups, and obviously
mate, yeah. I don't like I said earlier with the running. I've tried running.
Yep.
I probably went about 14, 15 years without owning a pair of trainers. And then one of my mates went, look, you've got to start running, you know. Can't do everything weighted. And I went, all right, I'll try it. And I went out for a mile run, and I was slower than I was weighted. Yeah. And it just, I tried it for about 2 weeks, you know, and went out every other night, and it was just horrible, mate. I didn't enjoy it.
So normally now, obviously, you've ate your back at the minute, but so in a week, sort of Monday to sort of following Sunday, what does your training sort of schedule look like then? What do you do?
Right, on a standard week, if I'm not training for anything, just a bog standard week, because obviously we've got the Himalayas going on at the moment. And then I'm going to step it up for the 4-4-48.
Excellent.
And at some point when my back gets better, I'm going to do the 10-10-10. Is it 10-10-10?
10-10-10, mate.
Yeah. I'm going to get all of them nailed as well, mate. You know, but I go out on a Monday and I do between 5 and 7.
Right. Okay.
And do about 3 sets of press ups with me feet in the air, don't I? You know.
Yeah.
And I'm normally between 21 and 28 pound.
Okay. Yeah.
Most of the time, I'm 21 pound. You know, it's only probably once every 2 weeks I'll go up to 28. I never train full weight. Never. I know I can carry the full weight. You know.
Yeah.
And I never train full weight because I do so much weighted training. I know that it'll just batter me. You know.
Yeah.
So I have started listening to my body a bit after Neil Strange has given me a verbal spanking a few times. You know what I mean? Yeah, mate, and Gray as well.
Yeah.
And Gray Brooks and Scott as well, because we're on a little WhatsApp group together, you know.
Yeah.
And oh my God, so many WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups and all of that, you know what I mean, from Gone Tabbing. And but it's just it's a unique circumstance, isn't it, Gone Tabbing? But yeah, totally. So Monday 5 to 7. Tuesday I normally hit the step machine. I just stand there like that, with the little arm things on it, you know.
Yeah.
And I do about half hour on that. Wednesday I go out and do between 7 and 10. Thursday step machine. Friday don't do anything. Saturday I do between a 10 and 15. You know? And then Sunday is a chill day. But obviously, when I'm out doing them, I always hit those steps as well, don't I? Them station steps.
Yes, mate, yeah.
That are just my nemesis, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've just found it. I've found that. So this week has obviously been out. You can only go once a day, so I've been like sort of just going out trying to find a different route. And I found a new route with some real sort of vicious steps on as well. So I've been hitting them this week, which has been really nice. But I'm the same as you with the weight. The only time I think I ever carry full weight is if I'm doing a fan, or if I'm doing if I'm doing one of the Palace 10s and what have you. But I think but sort of about £20 for me is round about, so that a decent sort of running weight you can go out and train with. Feel like you've got something on, can't you?
That's it, mate. Yeah.
But not sort of knacker yourself up.
Yeah, I mean, I've been silly in the past. I mean, the reason I've never done anything when I left the army. I mean, I taught Muay Thai for years, and I've done karate and judo and stuff like that when I was younger. And remember Brian Jacks?
Yes, mate. Yeah.
He was my judo instructor.
Was he? All right. Okay.
Yeah. And I've done karate and judo and that, and then I got into Muay Thai, and I taught Muay Thai, and but the reason I got into the tabbing again was after the army, because you're not into it in the army, are you? You just don't do it, And but my mate Charlie, he's a rather large chap. I think Charlie Payne, you would have seen him on Gone Tabbing.
Yeah.
He's like me brother from another mother,
Yeah.
He needed to get fit, so he said, "What can we do?" And he come up with a para 10. This was like 6 years ago, and as everybody does, he went, "I'm going to do this." I went, bang, straight on it. I'll do it with you. Me and him signed up straight away, and there was like 52 people that went, "I'm on it, I'm on it, I'm on it, I'm on it, I'm on it," and there was only 6 people that showed up.
Yeah.
Me, Simon, me, Charlie, Simon, Ian Griffin, a few other guys, and in the second year, a few other guys joined in, and then it all petered out again. But there's me and Charlie that pretty much do it every year now. That one and Catterick, do Colchester and Catterick. I alternate years on Catterick because it's a long old drag for me, mate.
It is, mate. Yeah.
It's a 5-hour drive up there, and then I do it, and then I drive straight back again. So it's a big old flip going up there. Yeah. But I do. When I do the fan, I obviously train a bit harder, because I like to. When I done my first fan dance, it was a shocker.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, I know.
It's that start, mate. It's just like, and because there's no hills where I am,
Yeah.
I trained up to 16 miles, and 16 miles weren't enough. It was enough because I got it done.
Yeah.
But it made it all bloody work. What I mean?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I know where you're coming from there.
Yeah, because that start is just like getting kicked in the nuts and punched in the face all at the same time, isn't it? You know what I mean?
It's right. Yeah. I totally underestimated it the first time I did it. It was like, so I think I've covered it before, but I'd come out and it was come out of hospital. It was a challenge you wanted to do, and like I trained locally and gone up a couple of little hills locally, and then I hit the fan, and I was like, oh my god, what have I done here? And I knew I was going to get it done, but it was horrible. It was totally horrible.
Yeah. I remember getting to just before you even break the tree line at the start. Ken Jones was there, and he kicked about 10 people off already.
Yeah. And
he was on the radio. He went, "Yeah, these lot are coming down." And we were only like a couple of 100 metres in. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And I was the back man.
Yeah.
Ken was next to me, mate. And I remember hearing this. I thought, cool, somebody sounds proper trouble behind me. And it was me. Breathing that heavy that I didn't even know it was me.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, mate, take 10 steps, have a breather." And Ken stood next to me, and he went, "You all right?" And I went, "Yeah, mate, yeah. And but I can honestly say, if he would have told me to get off the mountain, I would have probably smiled at him and shook his hand and thanked him for it. But he didn't. He gave me the benefit of the doubt because I told him why I was doing it. That first year, I'd done a year of events. Yeah, this was the first year I'd done a fan. I'd done the Para 10 Colchester, done a summer fan, done a Catterick. I'd done a Hell Down South. That's where I saw you, weren't it?
Yes, mate, yeah.
That was a horror, weren't it, mate?
Love that, mate. That's my favourite ever event. That I loved it.
It was so hard, weren't it? You know what I mean? Horrendous. It was just what's the name done it, didn't he? I've forgotten his name. Fish Bump. Scottish guy.
Oh yeah. Can't
He done it, and he's like, and he came like number 7 in Europe on OC running, didn't he?
Yeah.
And it took him nearly 3 hours to do it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It was horrendous, mate. Yeah,
it was. Them hills just never ended, mate. You know.
Yeah.
And, so I done that, and then I done the then I done.
Lost you there, mate. Can't hear you. I got you. Yeah, there you go.
That was the missus phoning.
All right.
Then I done sorry about that, mate.
That's
then
all
I done the Winter Fan, then the Para 10 again, and then I done the High Moon, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
It was torrential rain, but it was really good, the High Moon, you know. And couldn't see a thing, fog, rain, everything. But I upped my training after the first fan dance, because that year I was collecting for Marie Curie, so I had a little St Christopher with me that was my brother Warren's that I put at the top of the fan on the way back up, so I knew I'd make it back up on my first fan, you know.
Brilliant.
And I was convinced I was over the 6 hours, you know.
Yeah.
And but it was like 70-mile-an-hour winds, thick fog, torrential rain, and they can extend the time on it, can't they?
Yeah.
And apparently they'd extended it that day to like 9 hours or something. And when I came down, Staff Biggs, Staff Biggs.
Yeah, Stu Biggs, yeah.
Just a machine, isn't he? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he went to me. My mum was waiting down the bottom, and she was like, "Is he going to be all right? Is he going to be all right?" Because my mum's a proper worrier about me, obviously. You know what I mean? Because of losing my brother and that. You know?
Yeah.
But obviously, I'm still a baby at 48. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I come down. And he went, "Here he is." Went across the line. I went, shit. And he went, "What's wrong?" I went, "I failed it, and I, you know what I mean?"
Yeah.
And he went, "No, mate, you're 5:52." And I went, "Really?"
Yeah.
And I was proper minced about at the top, taking photos and all of that, you know, and because I was convinced I'd failed, you know.
Yeah.
Because when I got to the halfway point, there must have been 10 to 15 people sitting there that had just gone, "Fuck that, mate, I ain't going back."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's more than physical, isn't it? You know.
Oh yeah, totally.
And then when it's foggy, you just get the false summits and all of that, you know. And I was going to people, "How far's the summit? How far's the summit?" Sucking in wind as much as it was like something blowing a fire hose in my face, because the water was just pouring down there. And mate, but he waved my burger, and I didn't, because the day before, mate, it was 20 degrees and sunny.
Yeah.
Schoolboy error, you know what I mean? I didn't adhere to the 7Ps, and I didn't waterproof any of my kit, did I?
Right.
Yeah. So my burger weighed 63 pounds.
Wow.
Put it on the scales. He put it on the scales, and he went, 63 pounds. He went, "Bad admin." And I went like that, and I went, "If you got it, do it." And he went, "Bad admin, dickhead. Fuck off."
Yeah, with that little wry smile on his face.
Yeah. What a diamond of a geezer, you know what I mean?
He's amazing.
He knew me, and every time I've seen him, he's gone, "How much you carry in today?" You know.
Can you imagine? You look at like Stu Big. You look at Stu Big, don't you? If you saw him in the street, you wouldn't think he's the machine he is, would you, at all? If you just
wouldn't, mate. You go, look at him. You know what I mean? Hey.
Crazy guy. No, yeah. I've had a few beastings off Stu. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So you've had quite a few events planned this year, don't you? But I think the kibosh is going to be pretty much on everything. Because I'm down to do Tridents in July.
Yeah, mate. I'm gonna.
I don't think that's going to happen at all. So.
No. I mean, it was meant to be a Colchester Half Marathon was my first, but I don't know. Maybe it's a bit of a godsend, because that was meant to be this Sunday, and with my back the way it is, I would have done it. You know what I mean? I just would have sucked it up, but I cut and got it done. But it wouldn't have been good for me, you know.
No, it's all, mate. No.
But because so I'm doing Colchester Half, Para 10, which is obviously November now.
Yeah.
The double tap.
Yep.
Then I'm doing a Tough Mudder with a load of guys from Veterans Lifeline.
Okay.
Which I'm doing. Mark Coughlin, who's on Blonde Tabbing, is a ambassador for them, and I spoke to him. I'm allowed to do it weighted. So I'll be the first one to do the Tough Mudder weighted.
All right, cool.
doing that weighted. He said you might have to take your Bergen off in a few places to get down these tubes and that, you know.
Yeah.
Like that. But any part I can do weighted, I'll be doing weighted, you know.
Yeah.
And then I've got the mighty Trident.
Yeah. So I did double tap, I think, last year, which I really enjoyed double tap actually. So I was going to upgrade to Trident this year. I thought I'll do a nice summer Trident to just get that out of the way. But I reckon it's probably I've got a feeling it's going to get put back now and be a winter Trident. So
I think it will, mate. Yeah.
I think we might just
we're just in limbo, aren't we? You know what I mean? We just don't know what's going to happen anywhere, you know.
No. I think the Paris 10 Colchester might go ahead. I think November time. But
that was cancelled about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Because there was a massive heat wave and it was like 37 degrees that day.
Yeah.
And they cancelled it and done it that November, and it was freezing, mate.
Yeah.
All the mud had turned to ice, you know.
Brilliant.
It was proper cold. And then water crossings, which you look forward to on the heat, didn't you? You know, you weren't, mate. Acorn Walnut. That's all I can say on that matter. You know what I mean? I was singing soprano after them, I tell you.
No, I've not done.
Don't make the marshals bad, you know.
Yeah, I've not done the Palace 10 Colchester, to be honest. So I've not done.
You haven't done it?
No, I've not done it, mate. And I couldn't. This May, we were supposed to be away for our wedding anniversary, which was right in the middle, right in the middle of that. But obviously now it's gone to November. Then hopefully, if that goes ahead, I can shoot down and do that because I reckon that'll be a good.
That's a good one, that is, mate. Yeah, it's a good little course. There's no elevation on it, really. Yeah. You know,
cool.
A little bit. Couple of little hills, but there's like one like waist deep water crossing, because Catterick is just up and down, isn't it, like a fiddler's elbow?
Yeah.
You know, but there's no real monster hills there, is there? You know, you got the land and nod, haven't you? You know.
Yeah.
I've done Catterick with Gray had an injury, and my back was just niggling. Done it in about 250, something like that.
All right, cool.
We just swung round it, but both belted it up the land and nod, and ran all the way up there, and then done a 22 weighted at the top. 22 plus 1 for Her Majesty at the top. Yeah.
Brilliant. So tell us about the challenges, mate. The Himalaya Challenge and all that. How's that going for everyone?
Yeah, it's good, mate. It's good. I've just done all the write up today about it, actually.
Yeah, cool.
So I'll tell you what, mate, if somebody wants to go to the Himalayas, you know, I'm your man. I'll be your guide, you know, because I know it inside and out now. I know every single distance and every town along the route that we are going, you know what I mean? All the elevations and everything there. I like because it's me, Scott, Neil and Gray that come up with the idea.
Yeah.
And then Neil's doing this, he's training for something special at the moment, you know.
Yeah.
I can't say no more. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and Gray is just Gray. He's just a beast, isn't he? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's been injured for a long while, but he's getting back into it now. And Scott is just I don't know. He moves that fast for such a little guy.
He does. I know.
Doesn't he, mate? Hey.
Yeah.
like somebody's stuck a banger up his arse. I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? But he's done half motor. You know what I mean? Even with a weight on him. Such a diamond of a geezer as well. All three of them are, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we come up with this idea, which would be a year-long challenge, and we wanted something that we worked it out. That I mean, when I was doing the fans and all of that year, I done over 2,000 miles in training. So we want something that's got to be hard to push, but doable without breaking yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you can take a few weeks here and there and come back and have some big weeks. I mean, you look at like people like Daniel Harris, you know, he's nearly halfway there already, mate.
I know,
you know
he's
what
flying,
I mean?
isn't he, mate? Flying.
Yeah, he's already done the elevation.
Yeah.
The elevation, he's on 56,000 foot of elevation.
Wow.
So far this year, you know? It's just, I mean, I met Daniel when I met you, when we done the Hell Down South, you know? And got on with it ever since, you know what I mean? And just a proper gentleman, you know.
He is,
proper
gentleman. Nice guy.
Yeah, a lot of them are, mate. You know what I mean? It's just full of them. You know, you find out that gone tabbing normally weeds out the dickheads. Let's say, you know. What I mean? Yeah.
When did you find a gone tabbing group though? How long have you been on there?
Oh mate, I was on there, weren't I? And then I came back off again, didn't I?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I was on there, and then I took a break from Facebook for about 6 or 8 months or whatever it was, 9 months. But I don't know, probably about 3 when it was about 3 or 4 months old. You know?
Yeah. I think I must have been about the same. So I did my first fan dance, and it was I can't remember his name now. John Hunter. John Hunter was at the start of that fan dance, and he was like, "Oh yeah, get yourself signed up onto the Gone Tabbing page. Have a look." And I think I signed up that night because I had obviously after being in the forces, this was just going to be one tabbing event for me. I was going to do it, get it done, and that was it. I was never going to do it again because I'd done enough of it when I was in the RAF, and there was just no way I was going to do it. But I obviously did that, joined on the Gone Tabbing page, and then that's it then. It's just become another way of life.
It's infectious, isn't it, mate?
It's totally,
it's
mate.
infectious because you see somebody go out and you're like, bastard, he's gone out. And you're jealous, you know what I mean? And there's such good banter on there and no animosity and all of that, you know. It's just all proper people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And proper people that want to support each other in whatever you're doing. But it was my mate Charlie that got me on it. He went, mate, have you seen this group Gone Tabbing? There's people that are going up and down the fan in like 2 hours. And I'm like, what? They're going up there, and I think it's like Richard Morris and Brian and people like that, you know what I mean? That are just live and breathe it, you know what I mean? That mate, I couldn't even do that if I was on a motorbike, I don't think. You know what I mean? Or a quad or whatever, ATV or whatever. But I don't know, you know what I mean? I enjoy it. That's the good thing about Gone Tabbing. Whether you're going out doing a 25-minute mile, you know, or a 6-minute mile,
it doesn't matter.
You still get the same support.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everybody is an individual, like you know, mate. Everybody's got their own goals and what they want to aim for. You know, if I can just get stuff done, that's what I'm about. You know, all about smelling the flowers. You know.
I know what you mean, mate. Yeah, no, I'm pretty much the same. I think it's a really good excuse for me to get into the outdoors because I live about 20 minutes away from North Wales, so I can jump in.
Oh, right, yeah.
Normally Saturday morning, I can usually get up at 6 o'clock. I can go over to Movama where they do the SF10 and all that. I can be up and around then, be back home for sort of 11 o'clock in the morning.
It's lovely, isn't it? Yeah.
But obviously,
you live up near where my family lives, don't you?
I do, mate. Yeah, I live in well, I say, if I'm trying to be posh, I say I live in Bebington, but I actually live in Rock Ferry, which is
which is where you go down the Rock Ferry right near the station.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah,
the Rock Ferry.
Yeah.
Because my cousins and my auntie used to live in Rock Ferry. They've now moved down the road to Bromborough.
Oh wow! Moving up and all
that. I mean, no. They've gone up market.
Definitely, mate. Definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Look, it's been brilliant chatting to you, mate. So I think we'll wrap it up there because otherwise we're going to be here all night, aren't we?
Oh, mate, yeah, wouldn't we? Yeah.
But yeah, I think that obviously, the challenges I'm looking at, the 4-4-48, that's on hold at the minute because Boris has put a stop to that because I can't see us letting us go out 12 times in 2 days, so it's not going to happen.
Yeah, mate, yeah. But, I was looking forward to that as well. I was going to do that probably after the Para 10 because I had the half marathon, then the Para 10, and then I haven't got nothing from like Para 10 middle of May. I didn't have nothing till like July the 4th.
Yeah.
You know, so I was probably looking at like June doing that.
Yeah. Because I've still not done it myself because I was looking at, I thought Easter, my missus is working Easter, that's it, I'm going to go and bang it out over the Easter weekend, but it doesn't look like we're going to be doing that now. But like I say, we've got the Gone Tabbing group, which is still a really good community out there, isn't it? And everybody can see everybody.
Oh yeah, mate, definitely,
So thankfully we've got that, mate. Look, it's been a pleasure speaking.
Now there's people doing naked press ups on there, mate.
Hey, it's been a pleasure, mate. Look, we'll definitely do this again. And I think when all this is over, I'm going to come down. We'll go out for a tab and what have you.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah, go out for a tab, have something to eat, have a couple of beers. Yeah,
excellent. Sounds good, mate. Yeah. Look, lovely.
And keep yourself safe and keep the family safe. Yeah.
And you, mate.
Yeah, brilliant. Lovely. Take care.
Boosh,
good love. Cheers, mate. Bye. Bye.
Cheers, mate. Spot on that.
Take care.
See you, buddy.
See you, mate.
We stand together. united as one. Forward on we go, facing friend and foe. We will know what it is. We have not time for that. If we make mistakes, we are lost.